Hey guys, what's up? It's Umbruhh here, bringing you guys a new video. So today, Overwatch just came out this weekend and I love it so much. This is one of my favorite games on the Xbox One right now. Such an amazing multiplayer. It's kind of like a mix between an FPS and a MOBA. If you guys didn't know about it already, it's made by the same people who made World of Warcraft, Diablo, and StarCraft, and even they have their own MOBA called Heroes of the Storm. But without further ado, I'm going to be telling you 7 helpful tips and tricks for new players who are just starting out in this game. So I've played this game because for a while, like I got accepted into the final stress test weekend on like mid-April, like April 15th to April 17th, and then I got accepted into the closed beta. So after this is based off my experiences. So without further ado, I'm going to be telling you my tips and tricks for new players in Overwatch. Number 1, never lone wolf alone and always stay near your team. So essentially what I mean by that is, like, I know it's similar to an FPS, but it has a lot different mechanics than an FPS. Like with games like Halo or Call of Duty, you would just run around the map by yourself killing enemies. But with Overwatch, if you do that, you'll get killed pretty quickly. So it's just good to stick to your team and help them do the objective. Besides, there isn't any TDM game types on Overwatch so far, so there's not really much point in doing that. So just stick to your team. They'll appreciate it a lot and you'll die less. Alright, my second tip is find a couple of characters you enjoy playing from each group. Like, try to find a character from offense, defense, tank, support. Like, find at least one of each character that you like. For example, what I mean is so that you can be prepared for any situation within the game. So like if you want to find an offense character, like for my example, my favorite offense hero is Genji, my favorite defense character is Hanzo, my favorite tank character is Reinhardt, and my favorite support character is Lucio. The reason for that is Genji because of his mobility, Hanzo because bow and arrows are awesome, Reinhardt because, I don't know, I just like his shield ability and the fact that he's an all melee character, and Lucio because DJs. Nah, I'm serious. It all comes down to personal preference with your characters, but try to have a bit of variety in this game because that's going to be very important, which actually leads to my next tip. Number 3, never stick to one character. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say you really like playing Tracer. Like, you're really good with Tracer. Like, you're able to move around quickly and kill lots of enemies without dying. That's cool if you like playing as Tracer, but if you play Tracer all the time, then you won't win a lot of your maps. Like, you won't win a lot of games, what I'm saying. I mean, unless you got a team full of bastions. God, that was annoying. But still, don't stick to one character because it's gonna be annoying for your teammates that are waiting for that one support character left. Like, one player just joined the game, they're waiting for him to pick the character. The team's got no support or tank, and they're like waiting, come on, please pick one of those. And then he or she picks a Tracer. And it's even more annoying when like 2 people on the team already are using Tracer. So try to avoid that and just having more variety with your character choices. Number 4, choose wisely when picking a character in the character select menu, which is kind of similar to what I was talking about. Like, don't have a team full of offense characters, but also don't have a team full of defense characters. Make sure that your teams have a fair balance, like maybe 2 offense characters, 2 defense characters, and then maybe like a tank and a support character. That would be the best possible team, because like 2 offense characters like rushing the objective and 2 defense characters picking it off from a distance, a tank to help them and kind of like soak up some of the damage, and a support character that kind of like boosts the offense and the tank's abilities. So that would be the best possible way. So like, if always examine the players on your team when you're starting a match. See what characters they use, see what other characters you can use can help benefit your team, instead of just picking whoever you want. So it's always good to choose wisely when making a character. Alright, number 5. Make sure to like keybind or customize your controls. Like keybinding for PC, it's kind of always been a thing, but for consoles, you can now map the button layout however you like. So try to find something that's suitable for your preference, along with trying to find the best sensitivity for you possible. That's pretty much a kind of rule of thumb in any type of FPS game, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Alright, number 6. Choose your battles and don't try to rush a group of enemies alone. So what I mean by that is kind of similar to my first tip. Don't lone wolf in Overwatch. Like, always stick to your teammates when you're fighting. And when you're fighting with other opponents on the enemy team, make sure to choose your battles wisely. Like, try to focus on one enemy at a time rather than a whole group of enemies. Like, if you're fighting a tank that's supported by 2 other characters, and you're just facing it alone, like you're the only one there, you're likely going to lose that gunfight. So just, if you're going to attack people, limit it to 1 or 2 characters you're fighting against, or fight other opponents with your teammates. Alright, number 7. Make sure to cooperate and communicate with your teammates to win the match. Now it's kind of like it's a competitive shooter, but it's also a cooperative shooter. And like, communicate with your teammates. Try to figure out a strategy or a plan to win the match. Like, get on game chat, because like on PC it has its own game chat on Overwatch, and Xbox and PS4 have their own game chats for it too, as they always have. But so use that to talk to your teammates and try to figure out what to do. Or another solution is to invite your friends into your game who are playing Overwatch, so you can communicate with them and work with them so you can finish your match and beat it. And it's really good because it makes the game a lot more fun and a lot more satisfying, I guess, to play with your friends. Like, this game, it can be fun while playing it alone by yourself, but it's more fun when playing it with your friends. So those are all the tips I can share with you about 7 new tips for new players starting Overwatch. Now, this is a great game, and I hope you guys have an amazing time with it. Anyways, guys, I hope you all like this video. Be sure to give a like if you like it, and subscribe for more content like this. Be sure to check me out on Twitter and Twitch. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys later. Umbruhh out.